All right, let's start. Mantra number 44, page number 145. This mantra is from Rig Veda by Rishi Atreya. Swastihi pantham nucharem surya chandram samiv पुनर्दता घनतः जानतः संगम में ही। हम अपने सतगुरु के बतलाए हुए मार्ग पर उसी प्रकार दृढ़ नियम अनुसार चलते रहें जिस प्रकार अनादिकाल से सूर्य और चंद्रमा अपनी चाल चल रहे हैं। उनका मार्ग सदा से एक है और समय भी एक। इसी प्रकार हमारा भी रुख और काल दोनों निश्चित हो। जिस प्रकार सूर्य और चंद्र संसार को प्रकाश, शक्ति, जीवन और शीतलता का दान बांट रहे हैं, उसी प्रकार हमारे जीवनों से जगत को हमारे गुणों के अनुसार लाभ हो और हम जगत का उपकार करते रहें। हमारे जीवनों से किसी प्रकार से भी जीवों को हानि ना पहुंचे। हम सामाजिक प्राणी हैं। हम सबके साथ मिलकर चलें और संगठित रहें। मनुष्य मेधावी प्राणी है, अतः वह ज्ञान पूर्वक संसार में सबके साथ मिलकर रहे। सो मेधा मीन्स हायर लेवल ऑफ बुद्धि, मेधा। हमारे सन्मुख हो सद सूरज का प्रकाश, हमारे सन्मुख हो सद चमकत चांद आकाश। ध्रुव रहता उनका मार्ग, ध्रुव है उनकी चाल, ध्रुव रहती उनकी ज्योति, ध्रुव है उनका काल। शिक्षा ले में हम सभी चांद सूर्य से मीत, कदर समय की सब करें होवे यही रीत। शिक्षा ले में हम सभी चांद सूर्य से मीत, भला करें हम जगत का राखें सबसे प्रीत। देखें सूरज को हम भाई, उसकी मनन करें प्रभुताई, देखें चंद्र को सभी भाई, शीतलता उसकी जग छाई। उनसे सीख यही मिल पाए, हमसे जगती सुख को पाए। ब्यूटीफुल मैसेज, राइट? ब्यूटीफुल, वेरी क्लियर। Okay, let's open our Astavakra Gita. Chapter number 18, verse number 49. यदा यत् कुरुतम अयाति तदा तत् कुरुते ऋजु, शुभम वा अपि अशुभम वा अपि तस्य चेष्टा ही बालवत। यदा means when, yat means which, kartum to do, ayati comes, tada then, that means that, kurute does, riju freely, shubham good, va api or ashubham evil. Va means or, api even, tasya his, cheshtha action, he balvat like that of a child, balvat. The wise one does freely whatever comes to his lot. So that means whatever he is supposed to do, whatever comes in front of him, he just does it. Whether good or evil, his actions are like those of a child. So this kind of a person, a man of freedom, realization, he lives in total freedom at all times, under all conditions, under all circumstances. He does not know any limitations. He is not seeking the field of activity. He says, okay, whatever comes to him, he just does it without any anxiety or any hesitation. Because he is living his prarabdha, he understands it. There's no motive behind the actions. So in no activity whatsoever, he entertains the idea that he is the doer. Okay, so doership is way gone. That's why whatever comes in front of me, he's not doing it because he wants certain result. He just does it because it's in front of him. So he has neither the ego, because this is what we are learning in this chapter, nor he has any ego feeling towards the world of objects. So there's no I-ness and my-ness in it. Okay. So in this way, he lives moment to moment dynamically, facing life as it comes. So that's why his actions are compared here, compared to that innocent children. Okay, and we have seen this example like children, Balvat, previously also. We have talked about it. Okay, so the child does the actions because it's in front of him. That's it. No motive. We are the one who teach the children. There should be a motive. Okay, we teach them good and bad. Otherwise, child just does it because it's in front of him. स्वतंत्रयात सुखम आपनोति स्वतंत्रयात लभते परम स्वतंत्रयात निर्वृतम गचेत स्वतंत्रयात परमम पदम स्वतंत्रयात from freedom sukham happiness आपनोति attains labhte attains param the highest nivritim peaceful tranquility that kind of a state gachet attains paramam supreme padam means state. So through freedom one attains to happiness. Through freedom attains highest. Through freedom peacefulness. Through freedom to the supreme state. So this kind of a svatantrata, this freedom, and this freedom is a mental freedom. See, our mind is the one which is really bondaged completely. So this person has a full freedom. So with a free and unshackled mind, alone this kind of awakening can be accomplished, which is talking about paramam padam or paramam sukham. Okay, from this freedom. And this freedom is a thoughtless state. Thoughtless state, where some people call it no mind. It is the state of pure consciousness without any stress in it. We do feel that here and there. But this kind of a person who has really reached this is feeling this freedom all the time. So this is the idea Astavakra ji's bring it in front of us. Okay. So this is not the freedom which ordinary people say that, oh, I don't want a disciplined life. No. This person has attained this while going through a disciplined life, and now he can see the clarity. So after having gone all the preliminary disciplines, he could bring this inner purification, because this is a discipline. We are making our mind, making our intellect, making our chit, making our ego all pure. So from the purity, he has reached this complete freedom. Okay. See, normally what happens, we have a lot of desires, a lot of vasanas, a lot of sanskars. And because of that, there's a constant fluctuation. In our mind also, in our intellect also, right? See, what happens in our mind? In our mind, there is a sankalap, vikalap, antakaran, vritti. Sankalap, vikalap, should I do this? Should I not do it? What will happen if I do this? What are others saying? That's a sankalap, vikalap. And after churning about it, what happens to our buddhi? Buddhi is called a nishchay atmaka vritti. So vritti is still there, but nishchay has been made. Okay. Then in our chit, there are a lot of memories. They say anusthanam atma vritti. So there's a lot of memories. There's no cleansing in there. If there's a lot of vrittis over there also in our chitta, no freedom from that either. We don't know when those vrittis, when those memories are going to rise up. No freedom. But this person who has reached to that level where there has been completely cleansed, man also, buddhi also, chit also, and then the fourth facet of our antakarna is ahankar, that sense of I amness. That is called aham atmaka vritti. Aham, ego, individuality. We have lot of vrittis over there too. I am a female, I am a male. I belong to this place, this family. Those are all ahankar vrittis. We are not free. So we need to get the freedom. So that's why in this verse, when he talks about svatantrayat, means from freedom. Freedom in all the facets of the antakara. Not just only one. So svatantrayat sukham, from that freedom, happiness comes. Svatantrayat labhte param. Svatantrayat nivritim, peacefulness. And svatantrayat paramam padam, freedom. Okay, it's a pretty big word actually. But it will take a lot of discipline in our own life to reach there. The next one he says, akritvam abhoktritvam swa atmana manyate yata tadakshina bhavanti eva samastaha chitvritya. Akritvam, that one is not the doer. See, kritvam means a doer. Akrit, non-doer. Abhoktritvam, that one is not the enjoyer. Bhogta. Swa atmana, one's own self. Manyate, perceives. Yada means when. Tada means then. Kashina, destroyed. Bhavanti, become. Ev means indeed. Samastaha, all. Chitvrityaha, modifications of the mind. Chitvritti. You remember? Chitvritti yogaha, chitvritti nirodha. The whole yogic process is this. So all the modifications of the mind are indeed destroyed. So manavritti also, chitvritti also, buddhivritti also, and ahankar vritti also. So over here when they say man or the mind, that means all facets of the mind. When a person realizes that the self in him is neither the doer nor the enjoyer. Okay? So when we have reached there that I'm not the doer, I'm not the destroyer, and slowly all the modifications of the mind have been destroyed. So this is like a last stage of the spiritual practice. If we think that how come we don't feel it right now? Because we haven't reached there yet. Right now we are just imagining. We are just taking our attention towards the self. Maybe during our meditation or maybe during the time of the meditation, just a moment here and there. But this person is feeling it all the time, even while doing something, getting involved into something. So that's why it's the last stage of the spiritual practice. Attention is more and more upon the self. Self means the Atma. Rather than on the equipments of experiences. See, these are all equipments. Man, buddhi, chit, ahankar, or sharir, these are all the equipments. So to continually contemplate upon the self, that should become our sadhana. Instead of whenever you come to this feeling that what should I do? Think about yourself. Instead of thinking about something like objective thinking, think subjectively. Okay, bring your attention inward. So meditate on yourself, because the self is neither the doer nor the enjoyer. Okay, because normally we're just constantly thinking about the activities of the body, or even activities of something which is outside of our body, activities of the mind, activities of the intellect. So take that attention away from it and focus on the self. So this dwelling upon the self, sometimes people will say that this is also a thought, dwelling upon the self. Because how are you thinking about the self? Through the mind. Sure it is. Your mind is saying, I am the self. Or your mind is saying the infinite self is neither the doer nor the enjoyer. That's also mind is doing. But let me tell you one thing. This kind of a thought has a magic to itself. It will get rid of other thoughts. Okay, don't fool yourself that this is just a thought like any other thought. No, this is a magical thought.
Hersh, may I ask a question?
Sure.
If the self is not the enjoyer, we talk about there's so much blissfulness when we are free. And I thought that the blissfulness is a high form of enjoyment, which Atma does it, self does it.
Atma is the nature of the Atma is the bliss. It's the nature of the Atma. Atma is nothing but the bliss.
So who feels it?
Atma doesn't enjoy from the objects.
No, right.
Okay.
But what about from freedom and from non-doership and from...
Yes, so when you don't get attached to those equipments, you understand you are the bliss. You don't have to do something to get bliss. You don't have to attain something to be blissful. You are bliss. There's a big difference.
Who enjoys that blissfulness?
Who enjoys it?
Right.
Just think about it. When the wave becomes one with the ocean, who is enjoying it?
That's a good question.
It just becomes one. That's it.
Okay. So who is enjoying when the
There's
wave?
There's nothing but enjoyment. There's not two at that point.
Okay, you become one.
It's just one and it's only enjoyment.
Okay.
It's nothing but bliss.
So you
See, normally we say while doing this, I'm going to enjoy it.
You become bliss. You don't enjoy bliss, but
you just become that because that's what you are actually.
Okay.
It's not even becoming it. It's just like recognizing that all along this is what you were. You just forgot yourself before because you identified with the non-you. And that was the problem. Slowly you dropped it off.
Does the Atma feel this blissfulness?
Atma, see, feeling is what? Feeling is with the mind.
Feeling is with the mind.
There is nothing but that. There's no two then.
Okay. Then you don't need to feel it.
You are that. That's it.
Because you are that.
Yeah, you are that.
Okay. Okay.
Because feeling is always when there are two.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I also
So
ask?
over here, what I'm trying to just bring your mind to that thought that you might think, or your mind might argue with you, that this is also mind's thought, that I am not the doer or enjoyer. This is a right kind of a thought. This kind of a thought is going to take you towards the ultimate. Okay? Don't fool yourself. Yes, Nishi.
Hershey, it's a beautiful thought, but sometimes even I feel a little bit confusion there when the mind, is it the mind thinking I am the soul? Who thinks
Yes. Right now, the mind will think.
that I am the soul?
Yes, right now you are training the mind which is trying to think about the world or the worldly problems or the worldly pleasures. The mind which is a distracted mind, with these thoughts, you are bringing the mind towards the right direction. And that's why I said there's a magic about these thoughts.
Right.
Okay, but try it first. Only then you will feel the magic.
So how do you feel that? Just say, are you just, when you're sitting down?
I'm not going to tell you how do I feel. You got to practice it and feel it.
You, but a person, how should a person think at that time? I'm just a soul.
That's why I said at that time, right now, just think about some mantra. Do your meditation.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's it. That's it. Just do your practice and then you will know where does it take you? Because I don't want you to start imagining what I go through. Otherwise, you'll be imagining. I'll be putting more imagination in your mind. You imagine. You do. This is your journey. Got it? See, I got to do my practice. You got to do your practice. Okay? So the thought, when held on for a sufficiently long time within the meditator, because you are doing it inside, you are not thinking about outside, it will destroy other thoughts. Okay? It will also disappear. This particular thought will also disappear itself into the thoughtless state of direct experience. Okay, so when you'll have the direct experience, because this is your experience, your anubhav, this thought will melt away. So that's why they say, the rishis, the yogis, they say thought upon the self. Like I am the Atma, Aham Brahmasmi, is not in fact a thought. Because any thought must have the object. The thought of the self is a thought on the subject. How can it be a thought? So it has no object. So that's why they say the objectless thought is not a thought. Got it? But in order to fully understand, you got to practice it.
Is this like saying my name is
Take
Prem?
my word for it. Okay?
Hershey, can you repeat it, please? Objectless thought.
Thought is not a thought. So, in other words, when the sense of doership and enjoyership is completely eradicated, the ego disappears into the vision of the self. Ego just dissolves. Yes, Jyoti.
Poonam has a question. Poonam?
Yes, Poonam.
Harshji, when we are thinking the thought on the objectless self, then are we not going to end up making an object of the self? Imagine one we will make, because our nature is such. Aren't we going to imagine one of the self as an object and go that route?
Yeah, but that's why it has to be very simple. That's why just the light itself, that's it. And try not to make different colors or the shapes. And what will happen is eventually all these imaginations will dissolve. Try that, because this is the only way we can do it. Don't worry about it that we'll be creating more objects. That's why I said it has a beauty of its own.
Yeah, I
Try it.
understand. Sometimes I think the mind is so used to
So that's why
always
we got
having
to,
an object that you're always,
see,
kind
that's
of
why we got to,
imagining things.
yeah, that's why we have to make sure that our mind is purified. Other
Even
times also.
even
Yes.
any meditation, that the technique we learned, anything, after practicing for a long time, it is difficult to shed the ladders that were given to us, to
Yeah,
get
but
rid of them. They become more prominent as we go on, because somehow it is difficult to drop them.
so that's why we got to just remember this also, that I'm gonna drop it off, keep on chiseling it. I don't want to keep on increasing this image. I want to keep chiseling it. And
Do you think it will happen automatically, or
It
there
will.
effort is needed? That was my
No,
question actually.
effort is needed only up to meditation. In samadhi, there's no effort at all. Spontaneously, it will happen.
Yeah, that is my question. Yeah, that
No, it will happen spontaneously.
and they will get dropped spontaneously when we are reaching that point.
Yeah, just remember the rivers. The water in the river keeps on moving, keeps on moving, keeps on moving towards the ocean. When it goes into the ocean, yes, it just goes there.
Yeah, I get it. Thank you.
Got it? It just, there's no other way it can go. It just merges with it.
When
And
it is ready.
so forcefully, even if you want to come out of it, you can't.
Yeah, I get it.
It's not even possible. It just has that kind of a intensity to it. I don't know whether I should give you my example or not, but maybe I should not. It's
don't give your example, Hershji. We all are not ready for that yet.
Yeah, just quickly, just a little example. I used to go visit Guruji. One time I had a big har made because there was a statue of Prabhuji. First statue came in the ashram over there. And I had a big, beautiful har made from this Laman temple. Beautiful har. Silk flowers. Because South Indian people, they make it. So I had that made. I took it through the whole journey with me. When I go there, I will put it with my own hands to that statue of Prabhuji. I just want to do it. I don't know what happened to me. The minute I reached there, I couldn't even reach that statue. My Guruji was standing over there and I just threw it on him and I just don't even know what happened. I didn't even think about it. Without even thinking, you just merge. It has that kind of a force. That kind of a force. And it's like the feeling of oneness with that infinite. You really cannot, there's no doubt then.
No, once you taste it, you have tasted it.
And later on, I thought about it. I said, I wanted to put that har into the statue, and here har went into Guruji's neck. So this higher power is telling me there's no difference. You wanted to put it in a marble statue. Here, a live Guru is standing in front of you. I mean, that experience I can never forget. So when I talk about the rivers and the oceans, river, even if river wants to stop, cannot stop. That kind of a force, that kind of a power.
But then how to keep it 24/7?
Yeah, how to keep it 24/7? just
Practice.
keep on doing what we are supposed to do.
Maybe next life.
That's okay too. That's okay. What difference does it make if we are connected, right?
Next life, next 20 lives, what difference does it make? All right, thank you.
Okay. So, no, I like your questions and your comments, Poonam. I mean, everybody else's also, because you guys make me think. And sometimes you take me back to those moments also. So, all right, 52. उच्च श्रृंखलः अपि आकृतिकः स्थिति धीरस्य राजते न तु संस्पृह चितस्य शांति मूढस्य कृत्रिमः. उच्च श्रृंखला means unrestricted. Api means also. Akritikah, spontaneous. Spontaneous means natural. This is the way it is supposed to be. Sathiti, life. Dhirasya, of the wise. Rajate, shines. Na means not, tu means but. Samspriha chitasya, whose mind is attached. Shantihi, calmness. Mudasya, of the foolish. Deluded. Kritrima, unnatural. The conduct of the wise one, which is unrestricted. Unrestricted means unrestricted by motive. Shines. So there's no me and mine in his actions. The conduct of the wise one, which is unrestricted by motive, shines. Being spontaneous. So just like he said, like a child, like spontaneous. That is free from pretense. But not the unnatural or deliberate, you can use that word also, kritrima, deliberate calmness of the foolish, whose mind is attached. And attachment is always to the desires or to the fruits or to the outcomes. So that means that a liberated person, while living, has in him no more urge to fulfill his happiness through sense gratifications. See, all our actions are what? We want to be happy. I want to do this so that I'm happy. This person has found the fountain of happiness. He has no desires. He lives a spontaneous and natural life, unrestricted and free. Because it's always rooted in the experience of the divine. And that's where the shine is coming from. That's why he said, shines in the effulgence of his inner peace and enlightenment. That is the shine. That is the glow we see in these kind of a people's personality. There's no pretense. They're not pretending to be this way or that way. So such a man of realization is contrasted here with the ignorant fool, whose mind is full of passions. Passions are desires. And because of the desires, there's a lot of show off. There's an attitude of an artificial calmness sometimes. It's not a natural calmness. This deliberate and unnatural pose may deceive other people, but cannot deceive that person though. We can, don't they say we can fool other people sometimes, but we can never fool ourselves. So pretenses cannot lead us to the kingdom of the self within. Okay, we got to be true to ourselves. Because false pretenses, they become terrible milestones. They weigh us down. But true peace can come only in the direct experience of the self. And how does it come? Through the right knowledge. And right knowledge comes when we end that stupid ego. Vilasanti hi mahabhoge, vishanti giri gavran. निरस्त कल्पना धीरा abadha mukt buddhya. Vilasanti means like a sport, like a playing. Vilasanti. Mahabhoge, with great enjoyments. Vishanti, retire. Giri Gavran, caves of mountains. Nirast Kalpana, one who is free from mental imagining. Dhira, the wise. Abadha, unbound. Mukt Buddhya, of liberated intellect. The wise, who are free from mental imagining, unbound and liberated in intellect, sometimes support in the middle of great enjoyments, and at other times retire to the mountain caves. Okay, it's not that they always live in the caves. According to the Prarabdha, like King Janak, he was in the palace also. But still he was attached or always having the experience of himself. So here Astavakra ji is explaining how the man of realization can live in this world and what would be his reactions to the outer world. His mind is always calm, that's one thing. Completely at rest. Because he has withdrawn from his mental projections. He is not imagining. See, free from mental imagining, unbound and liberated in intellect. So mind is also at rest, but at the same time, intellect is released from the shackles of the ego also. He is no more limited by desires. Thus, his mind has scaled to its own heights through contemplative or contemplations. It's like such a peaceful and conquered mind. See, this happens because mind has been conquered. Mind is just an instrument. Normally, what happens? We are, watch yourself. Do you have a control over your thoughts? Or you are just thinking endlessly? It's okay to think when we need to think. Because most of the time we are just thinking without any control over our mind. So this person is so peaceful and he has conquered his mind and intellect and lives in the world like an uncrowned king. This is the king. He lives in samadhi, but body is still working. But inside is connected always. It is immaterial to this person whether his body happens to be in a mountain cave or in a busy marketplace. Doesn't matter. According to the Prarabdha, things are happening. So from an ordinary point of view, we'll see that he looks like a common person, dresses like us, eats like us, talks like us, but inside is different. There's a calmness, there's a connection. The fields of sensuality never disturb him because he has neither the sense of doership nor the enjoyership. So at times, maybe he goes into the caves. These days over here, we don't go to the caves, but a person could be on his meditation seat for hours and hours, or could be busy doing his job. So whether his body is in the middle of the sense objects or in a solitary cave, it is immaterial to a liberated person. That's what he's trying to tell us. immaterial, because he's awakened to the reality. Let me do one more verse and then we'll stop. Shrotriyam devatam tirtham angnam bhupatim priyam drishtva sampujye dhirasya na kapi hridi vasanaha. Shrotriyam, versed in the Vedas. Devatam, gods. Tirtham, holy places. Angnam, women. Bhupatim, king. Priyam, beloved one. Drishtva, seeing. Sampujye, honoring. Dhirasya, of the wise one. Na ka api. Na means not. Ka api means not a bit. Hridi, in the heart. Vasana, desire. Whether he is honoring a Vedic scholar, see Shrotriyam Devatam, that's a Vedic scholar. So whether he is honoring a Vedic scholar, the gods, or the holy places, or seeing a woman, a king, or a beloved one, not a bit of desire ever springs in the heart of the wise one. We all know where these books were written, these great books. It was a natural to honor a scholar. So that's why Vedic scholar, anybody who knows more than us, we do honor them. And we worship gods also. That's why there are so many temples over there. We visit enchanting and peaceful places of pilgrimage also. But no matter where this person goes, not even a little bit desire in him that I should be honored. Will do all that, but no desire in him. Whether he sees a beautiful woman or visit a mighty monarch or meet his beloved relative, none of these contacts can create any desire in him. Because he has transcended the ego, transcended the mind. He has come to experience the one self everywhere, under all conditions, in all places, in every contact. His attention is constantly engaged in experiencing the infinite bliss of the all-pervading. That's where it's coming from. He becomes a man of a samadrishti, equal vision. You remember in Bhagavad Gita, what did Lord Krishna says? The yogi, samadrishti. For a learned person, for a cow, for a dog, or even a meat eater. Samadrishti. No judgment. And over here, Astavakra is saying, there's no desire erupted in this kind of a person. Ordinarily, when people go to the Tirath also, they go there to fulfill certain desires. Or when they go to the temples also, desires. When they see something beautiful, they want that also. When they meet their loved ones, desire to meet them more and stay away from the others. But this person, samadrishti. And that is our goal. Samadrishti. And we'll see how beautifully he's expanding on it in next few verses. So let's stop it here. Anybody has any question? Comment? Something you liked, something you did not like?
Rita?
That's a beautiful class.
Thank you, Neeta. Thank you.
बहुत ही मजा आया.
I should not take the credit because credit goes to...
नहीं, आप इतने हमको अच्छे से समझाती है ना कि थोड़ा सा समझ में आता है. बहुत अच्छी क्लास.
इतना समझाती है, इतना
We have a
समझ
question, Rita. Rita has a question.
Yes, Rita.
more than a question, I have a comment. Like Janak-like person, I feel that was a one rare person. Very, very few we might have that kind. But most of the rishis and munis, like Vishishta Muni, Garg Muni, they always used to finish up their work in the crowd, and then they used to go quickly back to their ashrams. I thought because they didn't want to get attached to the world. That, do you think it's a, can you expand on that a little bit, please? I think so. Janak was a very rare person.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's not Janak alone.
I'm sure there must be.
Example of Janak comes, I'm sure there are a lot of others too.
Right.
Yeah, so we got to just learn from this. So maybe in the initial stages, we need to go back to. Okay, we cannot just pretend that we are like Janak.
No, we are not.
So maybe the other rishis you mentioned, I don't know, but maybe they just wanted to make sure that they are
away from the.
They do not get, yeah. So, but some people can, right? Yeah, so there are other examples also, but Janak name comes, and let me tell you, there is not just one Janak. Janak is again, just like a Indra, there have been many Janaks. Oh, okay. It's not just a Sita's father, Janak.
Father, yeah, that's the only one we know.
Yeah, no, just like a Indra. You know how many Indras are there? Yeah, many. So Gaddi, so Janak.
Janak was also a Gaddi.
So anybody who had that kind of a calmness and that kind of a man of perfection, that realization, that awakened to that state, they were called Janak. Okay. Yes.
Kim has a question. Kim.
Yes, Kim.
Yes, Hersh, can you please explain the first verse that we did? It says the wise one does freely whatever comes his way.
What is the number of it? 51?
49.
Oh, 49. That's okay. Where we started today. So the wise one does freely whatever comes to his lot.
Yes,
so that means whatever is supposed to be done.
Oh no, the part where it says whether good or evil.
Yeah, because good and evil we judge. See, just like somebody will say, Arjuna, Lord Krishna told Arjuna to wage this war. We can say that was evil, right? But that was his duty. So whatever comes in front of him, he does it without putting any kind of his own impressions. Okay, that's what it means. Good and evil. Over here, something is called good. Some place else, it might be called evil. So he doesn't just put coloring to any of that. Does it? That's it. Okay, makes sense, Kim?
Yes, thank you.
Raj Mittal.
Yes, Raj.
Namaskar, Hershji. Very good class. I have question about a word you used during the class, Sankalp Vikalp.
Yeah, Sankalp Vikalp, that means the thoughts. That really thoughts. Sankalp Vikalp. Whenever they define, the scriptures define the man, they say Sankalp Vikalp Atmakaha Vritti. That's a definition of a mind.
So what's Vikalp?
Vikalp. It's like a Sankalp is the thinking about something.
Yes.
Vikalp, thinking opposite of that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You like it or you don't like it. You want to go there, you don't want to go there.
Okay.
You like to read this? No, you don't want to read this. Is it red or is it magenta? That's a Sankalp Vikalp.
Okay.
And when you have decided which part of that mind decides, because this is all actually a bigger mind. Buddhi is the one which has decided. That's why I said, Nishche Atmaka Vritti. You have determined that. No, this is magenta.
Okay.
Okay. So whenever you are fluctuating, this is a Sankalp and Vikalp. Got it?
Yes. Thank you.
So these are like the same antakaran has different facets according to the function.
Yes.
So when it functions as a sankalp vikalp, then it's a manas. It's called manas. In this Sanskrit language, manas. When you have decided, then it's a buddhi, which is called intellect. When you say, no, this is what I am, you identify yourself, that's ahankar. When all of this is going into the deeper part of it, into the storage house, that's called the chit. So that's why chit, the definition of chit is anusthanam, anusanthan, okay? Atam vritti, that is a chit, like a memory part. Okay. It has taken roots there. Okay, so this is all part of the same mind. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Jyoti.
Urmil.
Yes, Urmil.
Harji, of course, I look forward to the class. I quickly cook and do everything and cannot be late for the class.
Good, I'm glad.
Guided by Prabdh. I know Prabdh is the past destiny or karmas.
Prarabdha, yeah. Prarabdha is our the fruits which we are reaping right now of the old karmas is called prarabdha.
Fruits we are reaping of the
right
past.
now. Yeah, about our past karmas, the fruits which we are reaping, that's a prarabdha. Prarabdha is a fruitification of our old karmas.
Fruits or consequences, because fruits sounds very good, but sometimes our fruits
there are bitter fruits too.
Yeah.
There are sour fruits too. Fruits are not necessarily sweet fruits. So
yeah,
I don't want to use the word consequences.
Okay.
I want to use the word fruits.
Okay. But fruits could be good or bad.
Yes, definitely. Good actions, good fruits. Bad actions, bad fruits.
Oh, and one other thing was some drishti. It means equal vision, but in this contest of wise man has no desires and nothing like that. Even the desire doesn't even erupt in him. And then you said some drishti.
Yeah, some drishti really means over here, he only is looking at the Atma in all of them.
Okay.
Some when he looks at the Atma in a woman also, Atma in a relatives also, Atma in that Ved Pathi also, Atma. It's like a God everywhere, nothing else but God. That's a samdrishti.
Okay.
So he's not judging anybody. Okay.
Sujata? No, you have to unmute yourself, Sujata.
And who's singing today, by the way? Kim, do you want to sing for us today? I know you were preparing a bhajan.
So my voice has been bad for like 2 months.
No.
I
haven't
want to
practice your voice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But one of these days, Kim is going to sing for you guys. Be ready for that. Yes. Okay. And who will sing?
Sujata, you have a question, Sujata?
Yeah, I do. I was just waiting for Hershji to finish talking.
Yes, Sujata, go ahead.
No, I thought that the discussion of the vritti part was excellent today because it sort of clarifies the whole thing in Yoga's Chitta Vritti Nirodh. Sometimes you're stuck with what is vritti.
Yeah, because sometimes you think vritti is only the only in the chitta.
Yeah, the fluctuations, you know.
No, vritti is when we do this. By the way, you're all very serious students of yoga, yogic philosophy. So we are going to start every 6 to 8 weeks, starting from the beginning, the Yog Darshan. So it will be a Saturday 3 hours retreat, just like we did that retreat on death. So that will be like that. So starting from 21st of November, the first one will be 21st of November. And Jyoti is going to send you the link soon. Link, or at least
it'll be the same way we did the workshop, Hershji.
Yes.
Sign up, register, and then the link will be sent the day before.
Yeah, so it will be a retreat done on Yoga Sutra, and we'll continue the Yoga Darshan. And then, just like you said, Sujata, the Vritis, and you will get a chance to speak also, ask questions. So because I want you to, after studying so many scriptures, now the mind is really ready to think deeply about these issues.
One other thought, one other question, rather, I should say. You were saying that the person, the wise man, does what he has to do, whether he has to go into a mountain cave or he has to do his daily duty. That means he makes a conscious choice. What does he hears something, right? That says,
yeah, he just he does feel the need. Yes, I'm sure consciously he does make a conscious choice. Yes.
No, I mean, it's like
not because of his desires, because of maybe there's a need to come back to the worldly life. Maybe there's a direction given by the higher power.
Okay. All right. So I mean, whatever. So, he recognizes what he has to do.
Yeah, this kind of a person. One thing is for sure. There's no personal motive. It is for the welfare of the society. The reason I'm saying it because our own Ishta Devta, Prabhu Ramlal ji, he was with his guru in the Kailash Parvat for 2.5 years. He didn't want to leave his guru. But the guru said, you got to go. Teach this yogic vidya to the householders who don't have any clue about it right now. In India at that time, yoga was, in the real sense, yoga was not even known. Okay, whether it was a Hatha yoga, a Karam yoga, a Bhakti yoga. So it was like a order from his guru. But when he came over here to Amritsar and Haridwar and Kankal, opened all these ashrams, not for himself, for the welfare of the others. So personal motive is not there at all. See, these days we do things because first it's our motive. Oh, I want to become famous, or I want to become rich. So I-ness is gone in these people. Do it for the benefit of others or just follow the Guru's command. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
So it's not a conscious choice for their own benefit.
It's just a conscious, it's consciously agreeing to the higher direction.
Higher power, yeah.
I mean, falling in line.
This is the role I have to play, and I will play and still stay connected with Almighty. Okay?
Gotcha.
That's how I understand it. Okay. Yes, Jyoti.
I think Manju has something to say, Manju.
Yes, Manju.
A question?
Yes, Namaste, Hershji. So, the Sankalp and Vikalp you talked about. So, the two words, pravritti and nirvritti. So, as I understand, pravritti is what ought to be done, and nirvritti is what
you need to restrain from.
Right. So it's not a vikalp. Vikalp is about the same thought.
Yeah.
But you are kind of maybe the sankalp would have been a good sankalp, but you choose not to do it. That would be vikalp, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's a wrong imagination,
thinking.
kind of
thinking.
And thinking, right? Sorry, thinking, and nirvritti is things or places for the mind where it shouldn't go, period. Is that right?
Yeah, it should not
the,
go.
The kind of thoughts that
see,
should not be brought.
Normally, Manju, let me tell you, pravritti is whenever you are going outward. Pravritti word is used for that. Nivritti is when you are going inward.
Oh,
these
so nivritti could be good.
Yeah.
So
Pravritti, any action you are doing outside.
Okay.
Pravritti is a very active life. Pravritti. When we are moving towards the outward area, pravritti. Nivritti is you are going inward. Just like an introvert and extrovert.
Okay.
That's what's used, pravritti and nivritti. And sometimes these terms can, it also depends in which context they are used also.
Context.
Okay, yeah, context is very important. Sanskrit words are
complex, little
very complex.
Yeah.
You know, nivritti is also used to signify detachment sometimes,
and
right?
Detachment means you just don't want it. You go inward, right?
Yeah, okay.
So
nivritti is definitely not necessarily something negative, or you shouldn't.
No.
It simply means no action in the
exactly. Not going into the outer, but going inward.
Outer field, yeah.
And a person who could be the same nivritti word for a depressed person could be wrong. For a person, like I think a couple of days somebody is coming over here to talk to me, and husband called me that my wife is going through depression, so I'll have to talk to that person, see and talk to her. Sometimes when a person is negatively going inward with the negative thoughts, it's good to tell them to do something active outside.
Okay.
Pravritti is needed. Right? Involve yourself into something good outside so that you sit inside and brood about it. So you got to see in which context. Got it? Because
thank you.
Yeah, in a person thinking over here and just brooding and no, I am I am at the level of nivritti.
Beautiful.
Very wrong. It could be killing that person. So that's why guidance is needed. And I'm glad I don't know who this person is, whoever called me. He just, I don't know. I mean, I hope I have the right way to help them. But I'll just try, that's it. Based upon whatever I know, whoever comes to the ashram, when they come to the ashram is for people, not for me. So I'm supposed to just teach whatever I know.
Hershey, I think Sonia has a...
Yes, Sonia. Sonia,
yeah, Hershey, I wanted to
her Wi-Fi is
join the retreat this time to help me. I do not have the pen pal thing, and last time I couldn't get through Jyoti thing.
It's okay, Sonia. You are from India. I'll pay for you. Okay, you just join. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll pay for you. Okay. Yeah. So
I would like to send it across. Need to know how.
Yeah, I don't know if Jyoti can help you. That's fine. Otherwise, Jyoti, send Sonia.
Yes, Sonia ji. Let's talk to you, okay?
Be able to attend. See, this offering or the donation we keep because ashram does need, anybody who can afford should pay. Ashram does need some funds. But if from India you have a difficult time, don't worry. Yeah. Okay. So Sonia, don't worry. Jyoti will take care of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And she will figure it out if Jyoti.
No. We will do. I'll do it.
We cannot hear her. But Jyoti, you
do not have.
Send her the information.
I will.
And, yeah, take care of it. Okay.
Sonia ji, just text me your email in the chat.
Yeah.
In the chat, leave me your email.
I'll send you my email ID. Yeah. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Yeah. That will be taken care of. Okay. Anybody else?
Hershey, this is Raj.
Yes, Raj.
after listening to your discussion with Sujata, I just wanted to mention something else. I read this book, I'm sure lots of people have read, Autobiography of a Yogi.
Yes.
And it was so interesting that
Yeah,
right in the
Yogananda,
beginning,
right.
he says that when he was like an infant, he
Hmm.
wanted to be in the mountains, in the Himalayas, and he was not able to speak, he was not able to sit or stand, and he would get so frustrated that
Mhm.
he would have these crying spells.
Mhm.
And it's just interesting to see how, you know, he's an unusual yogi,
Yes.
you know, a totally different level, that he remembered his previous lives and he remembers his infancy. His prarabdha was little different to be
Yes.
in America.
Yeah, but then his guru said, his guru is the one who sent him to
Yeah,
America
to
also.
school, college.
Just like Vivekanand, Swami Vivekananda also, his guru said, go,
Yeah.
go. So sometimes it's like it's not your own desire.
Yeah.
It's a guru knows. Guru is one with Almighty. They know what needs to be done to help others. You know. So we
Yeah.
really cannot understand the whole picture over here.
Yeah.
Right? We got to do just our part and go along with it. It's just like a one little wave cannot understand the whole ocean.
Yeah.
That little wave got to just merge with the ocean. The same way, one leaf on the tree cannot understand the whole tree, cannot say that I'm going to do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
It just becomes part of the tree and enjoys the tree. The same way, these yogis, that's what they are teaching us. Okay.
Yes. Thank
Good.
you.
I'm glad I didn't know you. All of you are thinking very deeply, and yeah, your comments are beautiful. I'm sure it helps a lot of people. It helps me definitely. So I enjoy listening to you guys. So who wants to sing?
11:40. Kamalaji, do you want to sing?
Did we?
You want me to sing?
Yes.
Yeah, Kamala. I think yeah, Poonam is gone. So if you don't mind,
Okay.
Manny is not there today either. Looks like.
I think he's there, but okay.
Okay.
Manny's
Mike,
there.
what is that noise? There is some noise outside. If you can check. Okay. All right, Kamala, go ahead. Oh, okay. That's fine then.
Ragupati Raghav Raja Ram Patita Pavan Sita Ram Ragupati Raghav Raja Ram Patita Pavan Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram भज प्यारी तू सीताराम 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 भज प्यारे तू सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरे नाम सबको सन्मति दे भगवान ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरे नाम सबको सन्मति दे भगवान जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम जानकी वल्लभ सीताराम जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम जानकी वल्लभ सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। दुखियों के दुख हारे राम, भक्तों के रखवाले राम। दुखियों के दुख हारे राम, भक्तों के रखवाले राम। कौशल्या के प्यारे राम, दशरथ राज दुलारे राम। कौशल्या के प्यारे राम, दशरथ राज दुलारे राम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम, भज प्यारे तो सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम, भज प्यारे तो सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। Thank you, Ji.
Thank you very much, Kamla. Beautiful.